All right, so this video is going to be for people who have an account that looks like this. I want trading trading accounts that look like this. I want to help you get from this point to like 10K followers. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Louis. We've been working with trading creators for nearly a year now, only trading creators. Someone who recently went from where you are to 10K followers in about 50 days with our help is TJ. So if you scroll all the way down here, before we started helping him, he was sort of posting this kind of stuff, getting basically no views, and then he instantly switched to this content style that we teach our clients, people we work with. And yeah, in about 7 videos, he got 200K views there on that video, 200K views on that video, just getting 5-figure views, 100K views there. Now he's at 10K followers. So he was at 0 followers at this point. It's actually 26 followers. I remember looking at his page and it was on 26. So essentially, the solution to your problems, if you are trying to grow a trading social media page, this video is going to be very genuine advice, okay? I'm not going to give you hacks or little tips and tricks that you can like instantly get instant results with. I'm talking to people who understand that building something like this, or like this, takes time and work, takes effort, okay? This guy here did do it very quickly because we have a blueprint at the moment that is working quite well that we teach in our community and in our coaching. But what I want to say to you is, if you're in this position here where you are under 100 views or you're under 1,000 views, okay, there are some things we can easily change that I'll talk about in this video that will instantly have an impact. But the main thing you need to understand is that you need to treat the social media stuff the same way that you treated trading when you first started trading, which is like I always ask people this question, like, how long did it take you to become profitable trading? Okay. And most people say 2 years. This is not, luckily this is easier to do than 2 years. You know what I mean? Like in a month or two, you can have 20K followers. So like, for example, I don't know, Colin, that's too easy. Jack, I can't think of anyone who actually took 2 or 3 months. It's actually usually quicker than that, to be honest, and with the people we work with. So, for example, Jack just swapped to our content style here and mastered it. Boom, 30K views, first video, and he's just been like doing really, really well ever since. I think we tripled his Instagram page, so that was pretty easy. Same with Colin, first video, like 400K views right there. But this content style, you'll notice why, like, all of our clients do it. I can tell you why, but that'll probably be for a different video. Now, let's get into it in terms of what you should change about your content. So I have a checklist here. I think it might be in like viral trading content checklist. Yeah. So I have a checklist here that I'm going to walk through of literally, you can, while you're recording a video, just tick off these boxes and just basically go viral. But let's do some content review of Felix here, who's in our coaching program. So I'm going to actually go to his TikTok because TikTok has a better player and it's like better for video reviews.
Day
so
14.
Turn down the volume and rewind. So, okay. So I've already reviewed this video for him, but he basically
chicken
used
passing a prop firm challenge.
this hook here now. This hook is funny and it's cool, but it's going to attract a lot of broke people and beginners and not really who you're trying to get. It's going to repel the people you're trying to get as well. Because the type of person that's going to buy a trading education is someone who's very invested in trading. And like this video here is quite broad to use as, and when you do little tricks like that, it's not.
If I was struggling to pass prop from accounts, this is the 4-step model that I would use.
So we got a good visual hook there, but I think he could have drawn earlier on and spoken maybe a little bit quicker.
We would want the market to sweep either buy side or sell side liquidity. In this case, that would be located at the nearest high and the nearest low. In this case,
I think he can be drawing quicker and more frequently. Like honestly, guys, like the visual learning aspect of these chart videos is massive. People really love the visual learning stuff. I did a massive case study on one of our client Dodgy's chart videos, and we found that out of the top 10 most viewed ones, it was usually ones that have some drawing in the first 2 seconds and have drawing without, either pre-drawn or drawing while recording. So draw as much as possible, as early as possible, as quick as possible. Just draw loads of shit. Okay, let's go back to this.
Market sweeps the buy side liquidity, which would mean we could zoom into the lower time frame to look for confirmations to enter the market. We want to then zoom into the 1 minute time frame to then locate the nearest structure. In this case, the market has swept the high, so we would most ideally want the market to close below this low. The market closes below this low pretty fast, so we can now look for an entry at the 3 minute time frame. Using the 3 minute time frame, we would want a fair value gap to form, and we would also want
maybe condense the value a little bit. It's very important. You just want your viewers to get a good return on investment on their time. That's basically it. So like if I'm scrolling on Instagram here, this guy here is competing for my time against the guy below him. Same as this guy. This guy here is competing for my time against this guy and this guy. So here, he's drawing, it's visually entertaining.
Because although this looks very bearish right now, our most optimal time to...
That music is going to make me scroll because I can barely
with taking bearish for
that music.
Value gaps and they're just failing every time. Okay, this
is dog shit as well. I'm gonna have a go at dodgy for that. Alright, so let's go to the next.
Are you struggling to create consistent results? This is a simple 4-step plan I use to create consistent results every day. I want to go into the 50.
I would say that.
Are you struggling to create consistent results? This is a simple 4-step plan
Okay, so here you've got incongruency between the hook title and the actual verbal hook. We've seen that just confuse people. So something that's really important that we have in this checklist here, and I can't stress the importance of this enough, it's very undervalued, is the clear language in your hook around the payoff that you're promising. Okay? Now the language that Felix has used here is very vague and very broad and not super specific about what problem he's going to help.
Are you struggling to create consistent results? This is a...
Are you struggling to create consistent results? I maybe would have changed that to, are you struggling to consistently win trades? Why wouldn't you just say that?
Simple 4-step plan I use to create consistent results.
And then you can go on to say, so like, I'll change this to be like, are you struggling to consistently win trades? I probably wouldn't start off with a question like that because it sounds like 2008 infomercials, like the fucking TV ads. I wouldn't do the question stuff, but I would just probably say like, if you're struggling with your win rate, I'm going to show you the exact 4-step strategy that's gotten me this win rate. So now I've incorporated proof. I've promised a clear payoff. They're going to understand my entire strategy by the end of the video, and it's 4 steps long. And I've talked about the problem I'm going to solve, which is win rate. Okay. Here, this is a very vague language.
Every day. I want to go into the 50-minute time frame in either the New York or the London kill zone, and I want to mark out the nearest.
So you guys probably know the problem. If you don't, then there's something wrong. That is visually fucking awful. So boring.
Are you struggling to create consistent results? This is a simple 4-step plan I use to create consistent results.
No one's looking down here.
I want to go into the 50-minute time frame in either the New York or the London kill zone.
You're wasting space.
And I want to mark.
Here, this is a waste of space. I mean, it doesn't matter too much, but your head should be closer to the, because the less people have to move their eyes, and honestly, I know this sounds ridiculous, but it is the thing. You want people to use genuinely as little energy as possible. I would just have your face here instead of all the way up here, so that there's less distance between the chart and your face and the subtitles as well.
Mark out the nearest high and the nearest low. In this case, this...
So yeah, cool, we've got matching colors, but bro, you've just drawn for the first time, probably 20 seconds into the video. So draw earlier, draw more frequently, and bro...
would be the nearest. This is the same profitable strategy. Are you struggling to create consistent results? This is a simple 4-step plan I use to create consistent results every day.
So you haven't even mentioned trading in the verbal hook, but with the visual hook, if you're going to say this is the 4-step strategy, for a circle, some candles here. I've got this at the bottom of this. And another thing I'm talking about is energy expression, facial expressions. But so do you have an engaging visual hook planned? So this exact strategy got me funded $100 trillion in 30 seconds. I'm going to let you steal it all. Circle some candles while you're saying like this strategy or this concept or like this. Do you know what I mean? Like this thing. Like if you're saying like this, circle it on the screen and it will draw their attention in more, force the viewer to think more, and you've like hooked them in. You know what I mean? Now let's talk about expression.
If I was struggling, are you struggling to create consistent results? This is a simple 4-step plan I use to create consistent results every day.
I think the verbal tonality is fine, but I want to show you Colin, because Colin has really good expression in terms of like facial expressions, tonality, maybe hand gestures as well. So let's go to this video here, and I want to just talk about Colin's energy for a second.
If I had to use one strategy for the rest of my life, this would be it. I named it the 3-step strategy because there's quite literally only 3 steps, and I'm about
I just think his voice is just kind of really engaging, like what he does with his tonality. Like it's not forced. It's not even forced. It's just like how he is. I don't know. He's just like, he's got like a voice that's just engaging. Like it's very weird.
If I had to use one rest of my life, this would be it. I named it.
I mean, that hook's fucking brilliant. If you ever want to go viral, use that fucking hook. I think it's been rinsed now, to be honest, but Keyflow came up with that hook and it's just fucking, everyone's fucking stolen it and it's just fucking brilliant.
I want to go into the 50-minute time frame in either the New York or the London kill zone, and I want to mark out the
I
name.
think the accent.
This is the same profitable strategy I execute every single day, and here are the 4 simple steps. Starting on the
emphasis on certain words and facial expression. So like this is the exact strategy, like not all the way TikTok and not that much of a pause, but like putting more emphasis on certain words like can make a difference. And also if you use the word exactly, basically every time that word gets said in a hook in the trading chart video, it goes viral for some reason. Just use the word exactly.
The 50-minute time frame, we wanted to see either a high or a low taken out. In this case, the market
Let's
takes out.
restart this because I want to look at the video.
This is the same profitable strategy I execute every single day, and here are the 4 simple steps. Starting on
circle something, man, in the fucking visual hook. That's it. Most of the room for improvement in these videos is just a hook.
3 things I would focus on to find a trade for the day. First thing would be market.
You've got really good visual hook there. You've got good tonality and expression.
3 things I would focus on to find a trade for the day. First thing would be market structure, understanding what...
I would probably just say find a winning trade instead of find a trade for the day.
direction the market is heading. In this case, we can see that the market has broken structure to the downside, which means that we are now in a bearish market, so we would be looking for shorts. The second thing that I would look for is a location or a point of interest. In this case, I would use a supply
Bro,
area.
I think move your mouse quicker, draw more with the pen. Like, yeah, you can you're only drawing lines and boxes that you would actually use while trading, but the pen is really good for visual learning, man. Just circle stuff or draw when you're talking about directions. Like if you're saying we're only going to look for shorts, draw a red pen downwards. You know what I mean? That's huge.
Area as my point of interest, as I am looking to short the market. The third thing I'm looking for is liquidity. In this case, I'm looking to short, so I would want the market to sweep some kind of buy-side liquidity.
See here, like you're drawing so slow, you're like, bro, just fucking bang it out and then just draw the red line. Like, bro, look how quick Colin fucking draws. Watch this.
Adding this one confluence to your charts will make you a much more consistent.
Should have been a circle in that visual.
Alright, you guys,
Shouldn't be posting that.
This is the exact strategy that I used to catch 600 ticks on NQ this morning. Step 1 of this 3-step strategy is to find a high time frame fair value gap, and in this case, this morning we had a 90-minute inversion gap. Step 2 is...
He's got this fucking... Oh, it's old. It's old. Yeah, Colin's gotten way better recently at that stuff. Let's look at this.
Stop trading without a bias. Having a daily bias is the most...
This is shit. Visually boring and just completely off topic to something that's going to convert sales. I'm going to talk about this in one of the next videos. I'm going to do a video on what to do if you're getting views but no sales. And I'm going to talk about what actually makes people buy in content. But
this completely free indicator makes me money almost every single day. If you pull up your indicators tab and type in NDOG...
Shit, man. What's going on?
Use this exact strategy to finally become profitable. This is my personal model that I created and use to make money almost every single day. It's super simple. It's only 3 steps, so let's get into it. The first step is finding a high time frame fair value gap, and in this case, we have a 30-minute. Okay. Use this exact strategy
that's such a long, boring hook, and yet it got 1,000 likes and did really well. So I'm thinking like longer, more specific hooks, right? Like
nearest buy side
if we're
liquidity.
just simply just drawing a
Three
correlation.
things I would
between this.
focus on to find a trade for the day. First thing,
That was like a 3 second hook. Dude, Colin's got a 10-second hook here. And most of the videos I've done that I've seen go super viral.
Use this exact strategy to finally become profitable. This is my personal model that I created and use to make money almost every single day. It's super simple. It's only 3 steps, so let's get into it. The first.
That was like the hook of a long form video there. That's interesting. Super specific, very specific hook. I think the visual hook could have been better. If you want to improve the performance of this video, I would have had a better visual hook. But a super long specific hook, I'd recommend you to try this, Felix.
thing would be market structure, understanding what direction the market is heading.
You're drawing
In this case,
like a good amount, but like draw the lines and boxes quicker, and then like just draw quicker and more.
use this 4-step model to finally become profitable. At the start of London Kill Zone, you want to locate the liquidity that you want the market to take out for you to be able to take.
So like here, you're not, so something I realized, you're not using the fucking checklist, bro. Add in 3 seconds of proof that you've achieved this outcome. So like that's what Colin was doing there in that really long hook, is he was adding to the perceived likelihood that you will deliver on the promise you've made in the hook. Like here, right? So after your hook, okay, which for you in this video was
use this 4-step model to finally become profitable.
here, add in some proof that they're actually gonna get the payoff that you've promised. So something like stats of your trades, or say something like use this 4-step model to finally become profitable. This exact model got me a 75% win rate, and it's super simple. I'm going to show you it in 60 seconds. And there you further elaborated and clarified that promise and pushed their belief that they're gonna receive the payoff that you've promised up. I know that was a fucking long sentence, but I hope that makes sense. If you want this checklist, book a call at the link below.
At the start of London Kill Zone, you want to locate the liquidity that you want the market to take out for you to be able to take a trade.
Yeah, so there's been no proof at the start of that video.
Do you need money for Porsche? Follow these 4 steps. Do you need money for Porsche? Follow these 4 steps to get profitable and 1 step closer to that goal. Step 1.
Again,
Do you need
no proof. So try adding in 3 seconds of proof or anything that will increase their belief that they will get that payoff. You've again got incongruency between the hook title and the verbal hook. So the hook title, if you don't know, is this box of text.
money for Porsche? Follow these 4 steps to get profitable and 1 step closer to that goal. Step 1. At the start of London
Dude, that
or
would be
New
an
York
awesome
Kill Zone,
title.
you want to locate...
If you need money for a Porsche, follow this 4-step trading model. And then if you add an element of proof into that hook, like that has gotten me X win rate, or has gotten me funded X amount, or has gotten me X amount of payouts, or made me this much yesterday, or maybe this much today, or maybe this much this month, or maybe this much last year, or maybe this much in a month, or makes me this much a month. You know what I mean? Just any fucking element of proof into the hook title, the verbal hook, and after the hook.
locate the nearest buy side and sell side liquidity for the market to take. Step
Whoa! Yeah, that's a massive gap of silence. You need to cut that out in editing.
How can I use GBP, USD, Euro USD, and DXY
Text
as
is too small, can't read it.
a correlation to get profitable? We were looking for longs as the...
No proof. I'm skipping.
Stop doing this one mistake to avoid unnecessary losses. Oftentimes I will see a lot of traders end up on the wrong side of the market because they do not understand the structure of the market. I will see a lot of...
Again, add proof at the start.
Look for these 4 confirmations to find a high probable setup every day.
Okay, so something else I've just noticed is that your language in these hooks is you need to do this. What I would say works better if we look at this, for example, this exact strategy got me funded 6 figures. How I do this, or how I've done this, or how I used this to do this, or if I had to do this, like about what you've done. You know, like videos in the business niche stuff, like I spent $1 million on ads so that you didn't have to. Here's what I learned. Not like what you need to do to make 10 million with ads. It's like incorporating proof into it. Do you know what I mean? And really just because people are bored of these gurus, man, and people are bored of having information just forced down their throat. I would say that people much prefer people just sharing their success and like what's worked for them, instead of like telling them like, you need to do this, you need to do this. So yeah, I think that could be something you should try as well, to be honest.
First, at the start of your kill zone, you want to drop down to the 15-minute time frame and figure out the direction of the market. As we can see, we are clearly bullish. So what we would want to see is a sweep of some kind of sell side liquidity, and then we want to look for longs. So locate your
So
sell side liquidity. In this case,
look for longs, draw the pen upwards. Know what I mean?
this would be a low that I would want to see the market sweep.
Instead
and then
of wiggling your mouse around like that as well, use the pen.
there I could look for confirmations on the lower time frame. So the market sweeps this low, which means we can drop down to the 1 minute time frame to look
Circle the low. What low? I don't know what you fucking mean. What the fuck are you talking about? I have no idea.
confirmations to enter into the market. Step 3 would then be to locate how the structure is formed. So as we can see, lower low, lower high, lower low, and we would want the market to create a higher high so we can look to then enter into the market, targeting a strict 1, 2, 3. So now that the market...
I have no idea what that fucking means. Maybe it's because I'm not a trader, but I think this is really good education. I think that you're adding in proof and adding in, or getting rid of the guru, like forcing it down their throat, would go a long way. I think...
Stop doing this one mistake to avoid unnecessary losses. Oftentimes I will see a lot of traders and...
Something's going on with your mic settings, I think.
Stop doing this one mistake to avoid unnecessary losses.
I think that the lighting, or your camera angle could be massively improved. I think your face should be lower, and you should be not looking away from the camera. You should be looking under the camera, like I am. Right now I'm looking under the camera. If my camera was here and my screen was here, it would look like this. I think it's much more engaging when the person is not looking away from the camera, like even by like 10 degrees like this. Anyway, it's a 23-minute video by now, so I'm going to end that there. I hope that if you're someone else in this position, I hope that this helped you. If it did, you'd probably like our private Discord community, which is basically where Felix posts, like all the people in here, they post every single Instagram reel or TikTok they upload, and we give written feedback or sometimes videos like this on what they need to do to improve. There's also weekly group calls on Saturdays, private community chat here. You get one-on-one calls with myself and Andy, and it's just $200 a month. So if you want that, check it out. Or if you want to work with us more closely or have any questions about that, then book a call at the link below.